Once upon a time, not too long ago.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another lovely edition of the Mack Brothers Podcast. John, how are you?
I'm swell. How you doing, Matthew?
John, I'm tired. I'm very tired, I must admit. Look what I'm wearing.
There you go. Mine has
I'm
a
feeling
hole.
the spirit today.
I gotta get mine sewed. Let's hop right into it, Matthew. We got a new single out called "Demons and Desires." Came out last Friday. It's getting rave reviews.
This was how I recorded it too, with this emotion. I went like that, like almost like you're waking up out of bed in the morning and you're stretching, but you're just really, really passionate about it.
You know,
That's how passionate I was about Demons and Desires.
you know what I'm real excited for.
Yes.
And I don't think I think people will look back when we get more of a following and really appreciate the hard work we've done and like the creative decisions we've made instead of doing something else. But I'm really excited to hear Demons and Desires in the context of a full, complete like work of art. Like a complete album. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Like when you listen to the whole track list through.
Yeah. Like for people that don't know, I make most of the set lists and I do most of the track lists because I truly enjoy it. It's
There's
one of
an
my
art to it.
favorite
Yeah.
things in the world. And I put a lot of and I will listen to demos. I'll have my mind made up 20, 30 different times before I'm set on a live set list. And then I'll put out like what I think is the best. I'll text you and see if that makes sense to you. And like I'm so excited because this is the first time we're doing it with an album.
Yeah.
We did it with
That's
EP.
true.
Like the EPs, I did the tracks for the track list for.
And the album's more like a book,
Yeah,
though. Like a novel almost.
I'm so excited because these songs are obviously out of our normal realm.
They are.
So like it's almost like putting my what I perceive to be a skill set to the test. And I'm just very excited for that. And I'm also excited that this song's finally out and everyone's so far loving it.
You know, all I've heard is terrible, terrible things about it. I had people throw eggs at me. I walked into the store and 4 people simultaneously, just eggs from all directions. And they said, "We hate your song. We hate it." So I'm glad you've been hearing good things about it at least.
Yeah. If someone wants to criticize it or praise it, it's out everywhere. Just go on Apple or Spotify or Deezer or DatPiff and
It's definitely on DatPiff. I actually put 4 different versions of it on DatPiff.
yeah, a bunch of demos of and the real one are on DatPiff. But go on those things, go into the search bar, type in Demons and Desires, and you'll see a very creepy picture, which in retrospect doesn't fully match the vibe of the song. But that picture actually, Matthew, I think you were definitely one of the people. I don't know if you picked up or if you didn't, but I was very intoxicated in Hershey Park.
Is that where that's from?
Yeah, and I took a walk and I found this cathedral, or not a cathedral. What a little fucking what are they called? Not a little
gazebo.
A gazebo. I found a gazebo. This gazebo was in the middle of nowhere, really.
You said a cathedral.
Yeah.
That's the most lame cathedral. That's like the first cathedral ever built that they scrapped after like 2 different prayer sessions. They're like, this is not sufficient. That's funny. I actually just texted you something. So funny story. For the one that we put out on Spotify, I actually used an AI upscaler to do, and I actually never sent you the picture. So that's actually the highest quality version of it. I used artificial intelligence to upscale the photograph.
Well, just to finish what I was saying, so that's the picture. That's our cover. And the song's a bit more bouncy than what that would suggest, but and so that'll do is just like a shot of sunshine into your veins. But I was very drunk. I felt it was just this was in the middle of nowhere, and I felt like some spirits. I always feel like I feel something extra in the atmosphere when I'm drinking and I'm alone. And I just decided to sit with them, and I took a bunch of pictures, seeing if I could see anything like, that my eyes couldn't see, and I couldn't because it's most likely all in my head. But that was my favorite one for some reason, and I was just excited. Like I was scrolling through the phone trying to figure out something that would look cool, and I thought that was the coolest one.
I mean, I think when you sent it over, I thought it felt right. That's why I didn't object. I thought it was a correct feeling. I do feel like we're gonna need to step it up though for the next piece of art. I don't know, but I don't know how. So we got to think of some art direction. So there's a lot going on in the world right now. Do you know that there's like extreme flooding all over Europe right now?
No,
Yeah, there
really?
is. It's bad. Yeah.
I've been trying
Greece.
to stay off of Twitter.
Well, the reason I bring this up, John, your spiritual homeland, Greece, got hit pretty hard.
Really?
Yeah. Like bad flooding. If you type in Greek, no, not Greal. No, not Greal. Greek floods. And you look it up. Rain and flooding in Greece traps residents and submerges villages. Historic flooding event.
That's terrible.
Poseidon is so mad.
The Aegean Sea is unkind.
Is that from like Assassin's Creed?
I don't know. That's from John.
Is that John Assassin's Creed?
My ass is Creed.
I think you should be the protagonist in the next Assassin's Creed game. But you don't complete any of the missions.
Matthew, I was just telling my woman about this.
Yo, woman.
If you, I guess I shouldn't say this. Never mind. It's about one of the things I do for money, and I won't talk about it.
Yeah, prostitution is not something good you should talk about.
I can't wait to tell. So like I feel safe enough to tell stories from like Wells Fargo Center when I worked there, and like even the casino, a little bit to.
I worry constantly.
Well, so because some things are like some things, if certain people heard them, they might think, how does this guy do what he does? But so that's where that'll end there for now. But when we're making money off of this full time with the music and this, then I got some stories for you.
The general public will be shocked.
For the listener, yeah.
About all the human experiments and.
Yeah. No, it's just things I shouldn't. It ain't nobody's business yet, but it is interesting, and it's funny that I'm
your
in
business.
charge of what I'm in charge of.
John.
Smells so good.
John, did you cause the Greek floods? And you just don't want to say it. Were you mad because you couldn't be there?
Like I said, there's things I can't talk about. But you know what I can talk about is League Island Brewing Club.
If you're in the market for a new beer and you want to drink with the likes of Jesus, Gandhi, other famous world leaders and historical figures that I can't think of right now, then your first choice should be all of their favorite beer, League Island Brewing Club.
Yes. It'll bring you closer to God.
It'll
Yeah,
actually,
got
in
that in.
some small countries, you actually may be worshipped as a god.
Yeah. Yeah.
So drink it.
Um,
It actually is freaking delicious. You know, John, I got these pillows here, and I'm feeling pretty snazzy about them. I'm feeling that this is like I can't tell if this is like an 80s or 90s vibe pillow, but it's new to me, so it's my 2023 vibe is squares arranged in a random pattern, which is the worst thing to talk about. A pillow review is the worst thing to give. If you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, which is on Spotify and all other platforms, maybe besides Apple because they're shitheads. Tim Cook, where you
yeah,
at?
what is going on with that?
Dude, I have no idea, but if I read when we were looking into podcast distributors, I read all about how terrible Apple is. Like from every single website, they were all saying, Apple's like the worst. Something we were talking about before that we could probably talk about now. Now I got multiple pillows. Now I'm just gonna keep loading up the pillows. Got a little pillow army now. So now that I'm more comfortable, no, I actually should probably get this pillow for now that I'm really comfortable. Now that I'm super comfortable. Our old LLC is almost finally dissolved, which is nice. And not to get into any of the old band stuff, I will, however, get into a little bit about how terrible LegalZoom is. And my recommendation, if you're anyone who's in the music world that's listening to this podcast, don't go at LegalZoom. Don't go with them. Their services are overpriced. It's very easy to sign up, very hard to cancel, which I hate. I hate poor user experience. They have a terrible user experience. It's not simple, it's hard, it's difficult, and to get anything done takes forever. To change your payment method, you need to cancel a subscription, you need to put a new payment method up, which makes no sense because you're trying to cancel a subscription. So then, if you're not going to put a new payment method up, you need to submit paperwork to them to say that you have a new registered agent. And you need a registered agent in case someone takes legal action against your LLC, which is like a whole another fucking can of worms. But it seems like we're finally coming to the finish line on this LLC business, which is lovely. And it's not even because oh, I was in such a rush to have this thing dissolved. It's just I fucking hate LegalZoom now. And I don't want to it's honestly more about LegalZoom now and how much I fucking hate them. And I think that they should be legislated out of existence.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was thinking whatever we do next, because we're gonna have to eventually legalize our whatever we're gonna call our company.
There's a few things I want to legalize too, brother.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. Let's just not
But
use
yeah,
LegalZoom.
we'll have to figure out another thing. But I think it'll be a lot easier.
We could do it directly with the state.
It'll be a lot easier because we'll create it when we already know we'll have money coming in.
Yeah.
And then we'll also not really have to dissolve it because it'll be the family business or one of the family businesses.
It'll be the thing that oversees, I think, the family, I think it's what we could, like Google turned into Meta, and they offer or not Meta, they turned into Alphabet, and Facebook turned into Meta because they have
Yeah.
a bunch of different companies and shit. That's kind of the way I look at whatever our next LLC would be, would oversee our branches. You know what I mean? It'll be like the tree, and then the other things will be the branches on it.
Yeah.
Which will be fun. And it will not be done using LegalZoom because fuck them.
Yeah.
LegalZoom is banned from the podcast. The whole company is banned from the podcast. I had enough of them. You know what I gotta watch? You know what I just watched, and there was a lot of controversy about it, and I just finished it last night. The new Little Mermaid.
It's controversial.
So it was very controversial because the Ariel in it is one of the, like Chloe and Haley, whatever the fuck their name, Chloe and Allie, whatever the fuck their names are.
Well, I know who the new Little Mermaid is, so
Well,
know who one of them is.
so everyone, yeah, so that's one of them, and everyone is mad because she's not white, she's black, and the original Little Mermaid was a white mermaid. And I watched, I know, it
It's a
sounds so silly.
mermaid.
It's a mermaid. So I watched the movie, and it's fine. It was just a good movie. It was like, okay, it's like, this, it's a cute story, and it was totally passable. And if I was a little kid, I probably would have loved it and thought it was great. And if I had little kids that I guess were like 6 or so, I don't know, however 5, 4, however old you are when you start, like, oh, let's watch a movie with the kids.
You'd show
I would show it to them and go, this is the movie. Okay, let's move on now. It's so fucking it was so stupid that there was controversy over it. Like, there's such a separation between like weird online things and actual real life things.
Yeah. Did you see well, I agree. I mean, how dumb do you have to be upset that the mermaid, which is not a real thing at all, in the new movie is black instead of white, when mermaids don't exist?
No, they don't.
It's not like it's not like you had
Whoa, 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 whoa. Now you're taking it too far. Now you're saying mermaids aren't real.
Yeah, you're right. Well, they might not be real, I consider mermaids and like all of the mermaids are just as real as like the book of Genesis.
I completely agree. Well, that might be a weird comparison. You mean like the events? Oh, you mean like the events? I was like, because for some reason I took it literal, and I was like, no, I think that there's original script. Like, I think that's a real book.
No. All right. So
you mean the content?
Mermaids are just as real as like
Catholic version of the creation of the world.
Yeah, Moses being 800 or whatever when he died, or who like it. I consider all that the same thing.
Like, what if somebody accidentally added, he was actually 80. Somebody accidentally added another 0 or mistranslated it, and everyone thought he was 800. That's a big fail.
That's possible. There's a bunch of different bad translations that that I forget what any of them are, but I've seen enough YouTube videos about stuff to know.
You got to think about it, right? You're a monk. Did glasses exist back then? I don't even know if I don't know when glasses were invented. So think about it. You're a monk. You're pretty young.
Glass didn't exist.
You're pretty young. You're young. You know how to write because you're a monk and you're a scholar. You're not. I don't know what they did back then, but I'm pretty sure you're not getting laid. So you're uptight too, and you're living with all these crazy ass rules that the Jewish people are making you do, and at the time, if you're like following, the Torah and all that shit, which I don't know if they were stories back then or most people didn't read, so I don't know if they were, but whatever. But you got all these rules, and so you start making shit up. You start making your own shit up.
Yeah.
You're just sitting in the sun all day. Imagine the stories, imagine the songs we'd write if we were just in the desert in the sun all day. I mean, it would be crazy. It would be nuts. It would be.
But they would also
people would start calling me Jesus.
They would also be unrelatable and terrible, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, but I think if you fast forward 2,000 years from now, people would think that they're pretty fucking important.
Did you ever hear the first song ever recorded, or like the oldest song ever recorded?
I don't think I have.
It's basic.
Is it just like a normal
We should
average
do.
song?
We
Should that
should
be on
do.
the Monday Mac?
I don't know if we're doing the Monday Mac this week. I just thought about that. We have
We
to.
didn't do it. We didn't. Yeah, we didn't do it on Monday because of life.
Monday was a bad day for our family.
Yes, it was.
And then this Monday will hopefully be a good night for me because I'll be seeing Alex Cameron.
Yeah, as a consequence of my new puppy and living 8 hours south, I will not be able to see Alex Cameron, but I will
Never.
be there in spirit. It's his birthday. It's a concert I wish I could make, but unfortunately I can't. There will be more concerts in the future though. Thank
Maybe
God.
I'll do a concert review for the Monday Mac, but
That
it
would be
won't be
really
on
cool.
Monday. It won't be on Monday though. That's
It'll be the Tuesday. It'll be the Tuesday Mac special. I don't know.
Tuesday tits.
Tuesday tits.
Yeah. I think we would get flagged if that was the title. We don't get paid for YouTube right now, so it don't matter. But
You know what though? I don't like getting flagged because it hurts my feelings.
I got flagged down the other day.
By who? By an ostrich?
No, I actually came first place in the Grand Prix, and they waved the checker flag. And then I did burnouts after I won.
Sorry, I was just practicing my model face. I have a really really big day coming up. I have yeah, I have a staring really really big staring contest I'm going to. So my staring contest faces.
Did you see? That's very nice.
That's my staring contest face.
Did you see
Did I see what?
Ron DeSantis?
What did he do? What did he do now?
Said that in some states, people are even okaying, doctors are even okaying after birth abortions.
Oh, I feel like I heard somebody say something about that. Maybe it was Breaking Points or something.
After birth abortion. So
what is that? Is that just killing a baby?
So now, yeah. So now these liberals are just killing babies, real babies, left and right, out of hand.
I'm going. I like. It's like Alex Jones. It's killed the child.
Twins, not no more. They throw them against the wall.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, remember dead baby jokes? They were so good.
Still remember one of them. So let's do one.
All right, John.
What's the difference between 17 dead babies and a Lamborghini?
I don't know. What's the difference?
I don't have a Lamborghini in my garage.
Yeah, that's right. Remember we go for like hours telling them.
Yeah. We would have the
Oh my God.
dead baby jokes.
Yeah, that's when we had the Google machine. You see that the Google machine is now doing AI?
Really? Like ChatGPT?
Like ChatGPT. They're doing AI. It's pretty crazy.
What's GPT stand for?
Goober party tonight.
That sounds
what?
like a Bartney song, don't it?
What? Goober party tonight?
Yeah.
It sounds like a compliment from the 50s. Man, Goober party tonight. What does GPT
That was a goober party.
stand for? Generative pre-training transformer.
Ah, fuck that. I
like Goober party tonight. Much better.
Yeah.
Lame name. 3 out of 10 for the name.
Yeah, loser name.
Yeah, it's catchy until you find out what it actually means.
Yeah, why don't you go to school instead of letting GPT do everything?
Why don't you go to name class and figure out how to name stuff?
Yeah,
names are bad. I like a terrible name. I like finding out someone has a terrible name. It makes me very happy.
What was I gonna say?
Only you know.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck. Well, Matt, you talk to the people while I try to remember this.
I actually realized the other day that I think I can do a decent Ronald Reagan. And I was
Oh,
by myself. Yeah, I was by myself doing Ronald Reagan for like a minute, and it really made me laugh
do it.
because I was talking about the way Ronald Reagan. Wait, I gotta actually look up a Reagan. I heard a clip of him talking. It was like an AI Ronald Reagan. Let's see, Ronald Reagan, guy who like totally started the destruction of our economy.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan's speech. As you all know, on Memorial Day we paused to. Yeah, see, this is the best of Ronald Reagan's Memorial Day speeches.
Yeah. All chopped into one.
Well, this is just a highlight reel. I like watching Ronald Reagan highlights. On Memorial Day, we pause to celebrate our fallen heroes. Our fallen heroes. It's also weird to do it with F. On Memorial Day, we pause to celebrate our fallen heroes. John, don't drink that Deer Park water. I promise you, you will die of Deer Park water because of the liberals and their regulations. He's actually like really, really boring voice. And his voice sounds like it's coming from an armpit.
You know, how scary is fucking dementia?
You know, I guess it's pretty scary.
I think about dementia probably 4 times a week.
You think about dementia 4 times a week?
I get scared about dementia.
Imagine all the times you forgot you think about it too.
If I genuinely forget, so I'll be honest, there's things that I forget all the time, but if I forget something that's routine,
Okay.
even if it's
Yeah.
just for a second and then I remember it again, I get genuinely scared.
John, that's quite troubling.
I know it's silly, but it's
Son,
part of
that's
my anxiety.
very unfortunate, son.
Yeah, I get like I called, even though we were over our friend Nicholas's house, and he has Google, okay Google, which we might have hopefully just set off someone's thing in their house if they're listening out loud. And I am a Alexa household. But I kept saying okay Google to my Alexa, and then when it wasn't working, I said okay Siri, and then it still wasn't working, and then I couldn't remember Alexa, and then I got genuinely frightened, and then I like lowered my sugar consumption. Well, besides Monday, I did not lower my sugar consumption, but like now I'm nervous about Alzheimer's, and I'm trying to fast more, which is good for the brain, and get back a little bit eating healthier. And it's
I don't know if there's ever been a case of someone your age having Alzheimer's.
No, but
I don't think that's the way it works.
No, but the pre you can like there's a direct correlation between like sugar and like being overweight and Alzheimer's that they're finding more and more.
Can we just real quick?
Yeah.
Can you how do you say this? What disease are you so worried about?
Alzheimer's?
There's no T in Alzheimer's. It's Alzheimer's.
Oh. Alzheimer's.
Oh my lord.
So yeah, so
Alzheimer's disease.
I would rather like not have any legs and remember everything really well than
I don't know. I don't know what I would want to lose at what age.
No, I want to be like I want to be capable as long as I can be.
I trust that every version of myself is great. So whatever happens to my brain, everyone will just have to deal with. You never thought about it that way, huh?
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about Alzheimer's yet. I mean, I'm worried about my overall health, which I feel like if I am a healthy person, my risk factors for everything will go down. just naturally. So I figure like if I worry about that more than worry about what I'm preventing, then like knowing I'm hopefully preventing other terrible things, then it kind of does the work for me.
Well, all of it, yeah, everything. The knee bone's connected to the fucking O bone or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess I do. Are you getting into sports medicine?
And the thing is, I'm so hard on myself with with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I have to sit back and go, when you think about all the things I do remember, it's an astonishing long list because I have all of our songs completely memorized with all of the chords. I have so many other songs that I know everything about. I know everything about the Sixers right now and their roster. I know almost everything about the Eagles and their roster, and then everything that I do at work, which is literally like most people don't have two full-time things like we do with music and work. And I'm very good at keeping track of all that stuff. So like I should allow myself a couple mishaps of like, okay, Siri, and when I really mean Alexa.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I'm really
this is
overthinking.
gonna sound really stupid, or I don't want this to sound mean, but I think you just need to accept that sometimes people forget things at all
I know.
ages.
Yeah, I know.
This is very common.
No,
It's
I know.
not a.
I need
I
to.
mean, if you're like, if you forget how to like use a spoon one day, then yeah, maybe you need to go to the doctors or something. I don't know. But
Mhm.
if you're like forgetting what to call your virtual assistant, then I think you're just a little too worried.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know?
No,
Hold on. Hold on. We're back.
Mm,
Um,
that was 45 minutes we were going.
yeah, it was really crazy. I just ran 16 miles. I almost broke a record for fastest miles ran on those particular blocks. I keep track of all that stuff mentally. I just remember all of it. Yeah, I don't know. I would cut yourself some slack. I wouldn't worry about that kind of thing too much. I
I
think it
know.
was like what did you have, like a liver scare, and then you had like a foot scare, and like you had all these scares recently that you
Yeah,
kind
my
of worked
foot.
yourself into,
I had
foot cancer or something.
I had a like a couple. It's not a rash. It's like a heat thing. I think from my socks. I switched boots
You had
and
skin irritation.
a lot with work, and my skin is. It's not irritated. It's like now a little just discolored, and it's in the same spots on both feet. Um, and it actually looks like it's getting a tiny bit better because I've been wearing different sneakers to work. But um, it's just when I walk, the boots are a little bit, they don't fit perfect and they just rub against the insides of my heels and the tops of my foot. And I feel it
Mm-hmm.
burning it a tiny bit, but I just forgot about it or not forgot about it. I just never really paid attention to it until recently. And then but when I seen it, I thought that I thought that there was something wrong with my liver. So then I emailed pictures of my feet to our doctor, and he said it's not it's most likely not your liver. Don't worry, and that was good enough.
Yeah, I mean, maybe your feet are just dirty.
Yeah,
Maybe you need
well,
to scrub them. Maybe you need to scrub them bitches.
they're definitely not dirty, but the
Do you have a pumice,
what's a
like a
what?
stone, like a rough stone,
What
clear up
the
that clear up that dry skin?
no, is that the stones help?
They have stones that they're rough, and you scrub them on your feet, get rid of that dry skin, and then it's like you have new feet. It's basically like you're an infant at that point.
They're not really dry.
Well, it's not necessarily about them being dry. It's just about, you know, having as least amount of skin on your body as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm dealing with down here in North Carolina? I'm dealing with a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
John, I got to get the picture, but we saw a bug, a spider, I saw like the 3 largest spiders I've
I
ever
don't
seen
want
in
to
my
see
life.
pictures. You don't gotta
I
show me.
saw a wolf spider.
I killed a wolf spider last night, but you go first.
Dude, this thing was huge. We had an orb weaver.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a big spider it does nothing to humans. And they create giant webs. And we had one literally on the right side of our door, and I named it Samfred. Because I wanted to name it Sam. She wanted to name it Fred, which I didn't. I was like, whatever, Fred. Okay. So then we both agreed on Samfred. And me and Samford were friends because I'm taking the puppy out like multiple times at night. And at the first 2 nights, I was a little afraid of him. And then I got used to him being there. And I was like, he's like my fucking buddy. Like, he helps me out. He keeps me clear of the bugs. I had no moths flying, no mosquitoes, nothing. I was clear when I had Samford on duty. The fucker, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the fact that the hurricane rolled in and maybe it blew him away or something. Poor guy, but Samford's gone. And I have no natural protection now for that back door. And I'm very upset. I miss him. So now I look at spiders a little differently.
Well, I think you know that I have a fear of spiders. They gross me out. But at my house, there's just a lot of spiders that you know. You've seen them.
I do know them too. Yes.
And they basically just stay in they got their own little corner. And a lot of the time they go inside the walls. You don't see them. Sometimes they come out. I don't have no bugs besides them. And every now and then like 1,000 later.
So do you have like a contract with each spider?
Well, that's what it feels like I have. They stay in their one spot and that's it. One of them got out of hand last night. And when it was my woman called it a wolf spider, so that's what I think it is. Its body was about the size of this cap. And its legs were fucking long. And
yeah, they're big.
Finky, my younger cat, was just throwing it around the living room.
Throwing it dead already?
TV. No, throwing it against the living room and chasing it. I didn't even notice because I was watching wrestling, and we turned all the lights on like real bright, and it's the spider that big, size of that cap. And I didn't know that I jumped up.
No cap.
I jumped up and I fucking killed it as hard as I could kill something. And it was huge. It was just laying there. It was dead. And then we made Finky think that she killed it, and then we gave her treats.
Well, she's good and she deserved that. Well, we gotta run, guys.
If you're a spider and you want to live in my house, stay to yourself. Don't come near my people.
And go listen to Demons and Desires instead of everywhere. Drink League Island Brewing Club. And if you're a spider, just stay in your lane if you're in John's house, or like stay out of the way of hurricanes if you're near my house.
Demons and Desires, everybody. That's
Demons
what you gotta do. That's
and
your
Desires.
homework.
Everyone, take care of your